And who are you with?
Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
I got a new hair color.
Looks good. Looks good.
I didn't recognize you.
Yeah.
Trying to get back to the natural.
Nice.
Nice.
I need to call you. I can't figure out how to change my name.
Who?
I'll
Make
call
it
you
capitalized.
afterwards.
Hey,
I'll
Dr.
call you
Lee,
afterwards.
ask Lee for help. She can help you do that, Donna D.
Yes, I'm going to call her afterwards. I've tried to
Yeah,
figure it
we
out.
can meet up afterwards, Don. I'll help you with it.
It's very quantum to ask for help, by the way, because we're all one. So if we're all one and you don't ask for help, then you're not quantum. It's that simple.
Yay, well, I'm quantum.
And you can ask
We know
anyone
Yeah.
that you
Of
always
not
will ask.
telling lies,
Anyone, yeah.
of
That's
lack of ego,
It's quantum to ask. for
right?
help.
I mean, we've just seen that.
Water.
I guess,
And some of us fell for this final ruse
Quantum. Clear.
because we believed Charlie Ward. We believed people that were backing up the what's the guy's name?
Trump.
Donald Trump?
Freak.
Oh,
Charlie
Freak.
For
Okay.
those of you who have listened to Freak, I stopped listening after over 100 things that were just plain wrong.
Yeah, like flat earth.
Yeah, I mean, just
I never started.
the purpose of the glands and the hormones and all that stuff, it's wrong.
Is not
It's
credible.
plain wrong.
There's no
Hi,
credibility.
Very,
Diane.
very confusing.
Hi, Ed.
Yeah.
It's
Hi, Diane.
It's
But
just
it was
not
confusing
helpful.
because it's wrong. Hey, Ed, how are you?
amazing.
Hi,
How's
Ed.
everybody? How brilliant we are. Look at us.
Indeed.
For me, Peter, it seems to be the voice. When someone is way too much pre-quantum and non-truths are coming out of their mouths, it's almost to the point of a record that is in the wrong
Speed.
speed. I can't stand it. It's like, oh, I have to turn that off. I can't.
Yeah,
listen.
me too.
Right. And as you get used to balancing with more strength, you won't have to turn it off. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself time to balance. But remember, with quantum strength, we have to reach for it. If there are only 2 words that were present from when we started, which was 14,500 supercycle could go, and now it's balance and quantum strength. Everything else stems from those. It's really simple. Can you remember 2 words? Of course. But our consciousness brings in everything. And I was even fooled by Charlie Ward. I mean, that was
Wow.
that was
That's
really-
surprising.
Yeah. So, I mean, we ought to start recording this. Maybe we'll,
I'm recording. Recording.
Oh, there's Diana
Yuri.
Cairo. I see Diana Cairo. Yay.
Yeah, we're recording with Peter.
okay.
Who is the
There's-
phone
there's-
number
there's a barking-
540?
There's a barking quantum.
Yeah.
Who is the person that is 54084817777?
Yeah.
I keep trying to say hello, everybody. This is Esther.
Hi,
Esther.
Esther.
Hello, Heart.
I'm
It's a green
fine.
dot.
I should have mentioned that, that I had come in on the telephone today.
Peter, can you unmute yourself, please?
Brian's here.
Peter,
The quantum strength dot, green.
There's Scotty. Hi, Scotty.
Hi, Scotty.
Hey, Scotty.
Hi, Scotty.
So Esther,
Hi, Scotty.
can you come in? Yeah, and do video?
Did I think?
I heard her say she's on the phone today, so maybe that's not capable.
Oh, okay. Well, we're
So,
glad to have you, even though we can't see you.
can I share something already, or we should wait a little bit?
Just wait a little bit.
Thank you.
Everything about this moment was done by quantum, period. Everything.
Yay. That's so positive.
Anybody that fell for anything, Trolley Ward, freak, they fell for it. They got tricked. Hi, Brian.
here.
So are you
So-
saying that we have to accept Joe Biden as the president?
Oh, yeah.
We gotta
Really?
love him.
With all the
I
fraud
already
that was out
started.
there that happened?
What does he talk about? He talks
Charlie
about,
Ward talks about the sting operation that happened with the
Right.
ballots.
but he talks about unity, not division.
In
How
truth,
can you do anything and have division? You can't. How can you do anything and have no bias? You can't. It's simple. Quantum is easy, but it is zero errors. That makes it simple. And there's
Speaking of
only-
errors, there were millions of errors during this election process. So I still don't understand how you can accept, or anyone can accept, Joe Biden is the true winner, because it seems false to me.
He's closer than Trump,
With false numbers, they're not real.
and he won't last. But as far as his step right now, does he lie? Not as much as
Yes.
Trump.
Oh,
He does
he
lie,
does
Peter.
lie.
He does
Yes.
lie.
Sure.
He does lie.
What does politics stand for? Politics is a blood-sucking tick. That's what it
I
is.
agree. Mhm.
that's wonderful.
Peter, I thought it was polytricks, many tricks, polytricks.
Oh, that too.
Now you're saying it's a bloodsucker? Oh my goodness.
It's all of that, all of the above.
Oh my gosh. A demonstration of crazy.
My
Demonstration
mother
of
used to
crazy.
say that a good politician is an oxymoron.
Mhm.
Right.
My father died of a heart problem, but he was very into politics, so much that he would get irate almost daily. And look what it did to him. It ended his life before he even turned 80. So, you know, you can take it like he did and get pissed, but it's not going to help.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So, had a question. Go ahead,
Oh, it was a sharing actually. regarding Joe Biden, I too am one of the ones that eventually you say, okay, like you said, Peter, this is all a quantum moment. So this is all quantum choices. We are all making these choices together because it's unanimous. So we have to go along with it, and we gotta love it.
Exactly.
It's the best way to deal with everything. It's just to love it and balance it, because that is
balance one, love two,
positivity. Yeah, and eventually the positivity will come, even with Biden or Trump. Even when Biden was talking, I heard so much, because words that they are using are actually, they are locking themselves in those words. And he spoke about union, he spoke about truth. So you will have to do that, or else the people won't stand for it. That's my vision.
And now here's my response. Is there time?
No.
None. So eventually he will want to do that. It's very different than have to do that.
Yeah. And if you love him enough, we'll help him get there faster.
Balance, love, positivity.
Positivity.
1, 2, 3. It's very important to have zero errors and to use the right words.
Balance, love, positivity.
Right.
Okay, I get that. Thank you.
And you have 9 sets of 3s on the website. So they're right there anytime you would like to refresh.
Yeah.
And believe me, your consciousness needs an occasional refresh.
Yeah. Oh, yes. All the time, actually. Always.
Eventually, you put it away and you don't use it. It takes a while, but that's what happens.
So, but very quickly, what I wanted to share is how amazing it is when you start using quantum entanglement with everybody around you and every situation around you, because consciently you can't always talk to someone so he will understand. But if you use your magnificence to talk to his magnificence, eventually you will see that, like magic, he will come around. If you do that enough times, if you practice enough, you will see that things will just happen. And a few days ago, that couldn't even be, that wasn't even possible in your conscience, and it will happen.
Correct.
I have a little example. I went a few days ago, I went to the hospital, and we were meeting with these 2 doctors, me and my mother. And my mother didn't really care about one of the doctors, the principal doctor. So we were a little bit nervous. And on the way to the hospital, and those 2 are the doctors that are taking care of my mother. And I said, okay, there's no point in being biased with this doctor, because if that's what we have, that's what we have. So I used my magnificence on the way to talk, to put everybody talking to each other. And when we got there, the doctor wasn't there. We were assigned a 3rd doctor. It's very pleasant one that my mother liked very much. And then I explained my mother, look, that's how quantum works. And you can get this all the time. Just talk through your quantum, use your quantum. And the more you'll do it, the better you will get and more results you will get all the time. It's just what I wanted to say, to share with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Nuno. For those of you who might not remember, Nuno is Christopher Columbus. I didn't say was, I said is. Because everything we do, everything we have done is. It isn't was is because you have consciousness. In quantum, it is. It's part of, it's a grouping of our consciousness. That's what it is. Did we have it? Yes. So we have it forever. Did we get tricked? You bet. That's the way we designed it. Who did I vote for? Trump. That was 3 weeks ago. Who did my wife vote for? Trump. Did we vote early? Yeah. When did I switch? Last Sunday during this call. I said, who's going to win? And I got the answer. A couple weeks ago, my daughter, Christina, who is one of the 25 right now, asked me to help with Rupert. Well, you all helped with Rupert. And Rupert is now Christina's 6th cat. You did
I
it.
love your kitty cats, Christina.
Thank you. Yes, they're very good company.
TARDIS,
Is the
there's
sixth-
a blue orb over your right shoulder, TARDIS.
Mm.
It looks like a quantum dot right over your right shoulder, TARDIS.
Interesting. TARDIS stands for loosely all planets, all universes. It's a name given to me by Father God, Mother God, Father, and the Holy Ghost, Jesus, and the prime creator of this creation. That's where TARDIS comes from.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's wrong. Because we started 14,500 super cycles ago. Many people, when they look at the Bible, they think, wow, that's really historic. Well, 10,000 super cycles, three cycles, super cycles. Compare that to 14,500 super cycles. Which one is longer? For each super cycle, you multiply times 34. 34 times 14,500 is a big number. It's so big that it's not even worth repeating. Too complex. But it's a big number. And yet we have 90% in front of us. 90% to go before we run out of change. And then we'll be so good at identifying change that we'll notice anything forever because it will never stop. Never stop. But anybody that gets fooled and thinks that something other than quantum is directing anything of significance is just fooled. They've been duped. Period. The plus side is they got lots to learn. The plus side is I have lots to learn. So it is fantastic. We have roughly 90% to go before it gets more subtle. Well, 90% to go. How many super cycles? If we've already been through 14,500, how much is 14,500 plus a trailing zero? If we've already done 14,500, well, before we slow down, we're going to have 14,145,000. It's huge. But that's what we really have. And if we think we know it all by now, we don't. Because we haven't done it all. We've just done the first 10%. We've just finished one thing that we never had: quantum strength. And remember, quantum strength, you reach for it. It doesn't come to you. You reach for it. So to use quantum strength to balance, you have to reach to it. And then it balances. One thing, quantum strength, 2 words. Many times I do one word. Q, sometimes it's capital QUANTUM, strength, S, TRENGTH, one word. So we did the first 10% all for one word. Now we got it. June 1st, 2016, fully tested by February 25th, 2019. And now we've got it. It's done. We've started. Took it's 10% to start. We still have 90% to go. And then it'll get different, but endless. It's still endless. It'll still never stop. So, questions?
Peter, can you talk about this sting operation from quantum? Can you talk a little bit more about it?
Sure. I have been involved in this sting. Quantum singularity has been involved in the sting. The sting was performed basically by the two of us. Nobody else knew what was going on. because nobody else started. Remember, we started 14,500 supercycles ago. There's a lot that was already started. And then it was a matter of choice by you. What would you choose to do? Where did you choose to be blocked? How would you grow? Every one of you is different, unique, equal. Every one. So basically that's it, Judy. You were a player when Atlantis went under. Too much technology, not enough love. Julie was a player when Lemuria went under the last time. That was actually multiples. Too much love, not enough technology. This time, we're not starting over. We're not starting with two types of cavemen. We're doing a hot cut. And right now, the cut's going to run until March 13th, 2022. It's right on the website. And if it's not long enough, we're going to run another 4 years. Not for you, but for pre-quantums. Not for the second Earth, because they'll have died and second Earth will be collapsed. But there are no errors with quantum, none. Because there's no time, it's simple. If people don't make enough progress, you just keep going. It's that simple.
So you're saying the COVID thing is going to last till March 2022?
Right.
All right, then.
And this sting operation that we've been reading about in the last few days about the election from Trump's team, what's your comment on it?
Trump was about lies from a big ego, which just makes up. A strong ego is very different than a big ego. Big ego just makes up whatever is required in the moment. And he's divisive. You can't unite people using division. It doesn't work. You use it with the opposite. And the way you begin to balance is begin to treat everybody equal and unique. Treat them that way. Anything more, Judy, that you live in there?
Yeah, so he's not the white knight who is going to expose the evil through this.
No, he's actually evil. He's living backwards. Right? What is evil? It's live backwards. What star system is he from? Pleiades. Well, Pleiades have huge egos. Now,
So I still think Joe Biden is not a good, another example for us, another choice for us. It looks like two evils were represented.
He's not. There are 25 of us on this call right now. This is 25. And there's roughly 100 that hit the website every day. So we're already growing, but the others aren't sure. None of them are on this call. But will they get sure when they see us do the 9 threes? You bet they will. Will they all gradually do it their own way? You bet they will. All of you did it your own way. Nobody said, well, I'm going to do it because such and such is doing it. Nobody said that.
Dad, when
Quite the contrary, actually. Sorry.
It's fine.
Go ahead.
You said something about that Biden wouldn't last. Could you comment on that? Like, how long will he last, or what will happen to him if he doesn't last?
Nobody knows, because nobody knows, is he going to die? And then Kamala Harris take over? That's a female. And it's one of color, Indian and Negro. What's less equal about a female than a male? Nothing. So part of our union is to treat them equal, because they are equal. Now, a female right now is also carries a new birth, but it's very easy to do that with thought and not physical birth. So does that help, Christina?
Yes.
Please, the last part, Peter, you said thought and physical birth.
Yeah, with using real energy, most people don't use birth. They actually create the new soul using real energy and thought. It's different. Keep it simple, but that's how it works. The problem with using real energy is you don't age. So you don't learn anything. You do, but it's very slow, way too slow. The key about holographic energy is fast. But part of that is dying and getting old and getting disease. You have to do all those things. So take your energy fast, die, disease, death. Or take your energy slow and don't die. And don't get disease. And don't have death. With quantum, remember, quantum is endless. It is not possible for the quantum you to die. It's just impossible. What have we done? We have a protocol. It takes you half a second to execute this protocol every morning. Half a second, 0.45 if you want even closer. There are 86,400 seconds a day is a half of one of those worth not dying, not getting diseased, not getting old, not using time because there isn't time? Of course it is. I mean, look how we've had the wool put over our eyes and we've fallen for it.
What's the half a second protocol? I don't know that.
Oh, it's you say awake. Each morning before I get out of bed, I say awake, water, quantum strength, thank you. And then I have 3 other souls that I've worked with for a long time. So 4 actually. Quantum Singularity, who's been my partner since the beginning. Cami, where happy comes from. Declaration of Independence does not talk about happiness. It talks about pursuit of happiness. And then there's Nell, that's where I have the family, your mother. Well, I've been working with hers for 1,000 supercycles. And then you is 1. And there's more than 10 of us. That was the key thing. When you include the number of hits to the website, it's 100. But most of those people are afraid to come out.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
The words that Peter uses every morning is located on the 2016 webpage on Many of One, and it's written in orange. So if you would like to read that and learn that, there it'll be there.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Diana.
Peter, Alfred has a question for you.
Okay.
We're well aware of all the changes that are possible. Is one of the things related to how Biden will be in the coming days? One of the things related to the return to republic?
That's a big deal because once we acknowledge that we're returning to a republic, which is what Benjamin Franklin said, and Nell is Benjamin Franklin. My wife, Nell, is Benjamin Franklin. Really not much depends on Biden. It depends on you.
Well, I vote for it. What the heck?
It's on the website. And
thank you.
You're welcome. And the website, by the way, the website is down to under 13,000 words. The total website is over 1 million words. You talk about reduction, man, it's reduced with Smarter Quantum. On another webpage, you have 600 of the 1,000 truths. 600 are right there.
Peter, this is
Yeah.
Diana, and I just am wondering if you can help us, because I hear you when you say this is a quantum event, and I know that what we're going to be up to on winter solstice is bigger than any of this. But I want to understand the part that Trump came in to clear the swamp, and you've even acknowledged that he's done that. For him to be capable of doing that, he had to have a big ego, because no president did anything like that. So we understand he had a big ego. We understand that he lied, but we also understand that he did a lot of very good things.
Yes.
Now, I have just like where I sit now, and I understand that I am having some bias, to have concern that Joe Biden is going to come in and he's going to unite us and he's going to bring our country together, when he has been involved with pedophilia, treason, horrific things, that are evil, capital EVIL. It's just confusing to me, and I know I'm not the only one. I stand with a lot of people in our group, because we've talked about it, to understand, how there's been such a change. And I've asked you twice in calls about what you were conveying, because I was feeling it, that you had a different feeling about Trump. And when I asked you, said, no, it's the same. He still has a big ego. But prior to maybe 6 weeks ago, it was acknowledging what a good job he was doing, changing things. And now here we're going to have a Democratic president come in. I would love to think that and know that he's coming in to bring our country together. But I do not know this. And I'm just wondering why there is that change. I would feel much more comforted to know that the Republic was coming in, and this was a temporary guard until the Republic could come in and our country could really have an opportunity to go back to, or it really never has been the Republic, truly. But, that would make more sense to me. And then when you say, well, this is a quantum event, well, I understand, quite honestly, everything is quantum. It's a difference of living in quantum or in pre-quantum. Voting and elections and all of these things are pre-quantum. So it kind of can get a bit confusing. But I'm just trying to have clarity, because for me, I feel what this feels like. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling good about any of it. So I'm trying to understand. Yes, I have bias, and I'm acknowledging that. But there's also been incredible amounts of information. I live in the state of Wisconsin, where there were 100,000 more votes, that came in than registered voters. So we can't say that that's Trump being evil. That's obviously an issue with what's happening with voter fraud. So this is where I have some discomfort. So I'm just wondering if you, could speak to any of that, understanding it better, because I'm clearly I'm missing something.
It all hinges on one word. The election. What is better now? Not two weeks ago. Now, Trump or Biden? Which is better? The word is better. Would you rather have somebody who will work on both sides of the aisle, or continue with the polarization? Would you rather have somebody that will unite us? It'll be 78, whenever, January. Or continue to divide us? Would you rather have somebody that lies or tells the truth? Mostly.
Do you think Biden, who has been involved in all of these activities, now because he's going to be elected as president, is not going to lie anymore, and he's not going to be involved in these, really difficult things? Do you really think he's had a change of heart in who he is?
No.
Okay, so then
I didn't say that. Yeah, I'd say better.
Right, but you're saying someone who lies or someone who's going to unite the country. And I'm saying this isn't a man this is a man who's speaking the words. But my question is, do you really know that, or I guess the word is no, that this is who he will be? Or you're just saying you're saying despite his history and what he's done and the heinous crimes he's committed, you feel at this time he would be a better choice for uniting the country, even though he has that track record. And even though Trump has actually cleaned up the swamp and gone around trying to fight for these sex trafficked women and children, that you're saying in this moment, forgetting all that, in this moment, we need unity, and you feel Joe Biden is a better candidate for that. Is that accurate?
No.
Okay. You got to tell me your version of it.
My version is that as of December 21st, 2020, at NewGrange,
yes,
we are going to take over.
Yes, that's great news.
Okay.
And that's why I started the conversation. To me, that is the most important thing, because this is what will make the change in all ways, and Julie and Cynthia's dreams are great, confirmation of that, of the change that's coming. Because honestly, like this whole election thing is enough to have a little, nausea. So that's really good news. And that's why I started the conversation with that seems to be the date in the event, and everything up until then really doesn't matter. That would, that I can get definitely into and feel very good about, that feels quantum.
Before we even started recording the call, we were discussing this, and new, right? Just take new. What's G stand for? G stands for farmer. And what's range stand for? And what's the word? The word is New Grange. It's right there. So starting on the 21st of December, we're going to basically take over.
Yay, team.
Yay, team, yes. Are we ready?
Peter, this is Catherine. I'd like to share something.
Please.
Q connects with Q. And by that, I mean, when Trump became president back in 2016, my magnificent said, don't pay attention to his ego, just watch what he does. So I watched what he did. And in doing that, I watched the Q drops, and I watched the, the site of JFK's burial, which was in the shape of a Q. And and then when Trump took the inaugural, I was elated when he said he was returning power to the people and restoring our republic, which I too have been waiting for 200 years. And so then I rejoined the Return to Quantum calls this summer. And so here's another Q, a quantum Q. And so I just see Q connecting with Q. And I see the significance of the winter solstice this year, because we're we're in the age of Aquarius, and we've been in the orb all of our life. You know, the orbs are about 200 to 300 years. But I think this winter solstice is when we actually officially will enter the age of Aquarius and the golden age. So I think it's a very significant time when things can change in the twinkling of an eye. And so that's where it's always, it's just been coming to me, Q, connecting with Q, that they become one wonderful Q. So thank you. That's what I wanted to share.
Thank you, Catherine. That was excellent.
Thank you.
And basically that's what's happening. Only most people did not know that Q started doing things 14,500 supercycles ago. And they didn't know what was started. And they didn't know what we were working on. And we now know all those things. Period.
Yes, that's,
no, and connecting with you is a big deal, because that's what we're doing.
Thank you. That says a lot to me. And I really, the people that support Biden, Harris, and the people that support Trump, I don't see any difference. I think we all have a commonality, and we want the same goal. And that's what will unite us. There's just something that has kept us divided. And that to me is the evil that I see.
The real,
it's not,
Catherine, the thing that kept us from going to phase 2, going from our beginning, is quantum strength, period. Quantum strength, for those that are using it, is amazing. Anybody can reach for quantum strength. It's not something that is individual. It's something that is collective. So therefore we have to reach for it. We reach for it and balance any type of pain. Eventually we'll reach for it and use it in regeneration. We're just not ready for that, but we will.
Wow. Thank you. I'm always reaching. It's like, and it does make a difference. Thank you.
It does.
It just came to me that is thank you. Thank you is the Q.
Very, very true. Yeah.
Thank you.
Peter, you said that we would take over on December 21st.
Mm-hmm.
And so what does that look like? Like, will the world know, or is that something that we will just know and it'll be happening in the background and people won't really realize it? So can you just say a little bit more when we take over, how does that happen and what does it look like?
It depends on each and every one of you. Each and every one of you is unique.
Mm-hmm.
And you are equal. I have a lot of practice, but that's really the only difference. I have a heck of a lot of practice. Quantum Singularity has a heck of a lot of practice. We know the 1,000 truths. We use the 1,000 truths. You guys didn't know about quantum. Well, we started the education of quantum at Dynas the weekend before Thanksgiving, 2015. there were 10 of us. We also learned the value of precision. Brother could dematerialize and cause things to happen. But to change a mind, that required a highly skilled doctor. So that part was precision. Anything we do with 0 errors. So everything is on many of one. There are things that used to be on many of one that aren't there. It used to be 16,000 words. Now it's under 13,000. That's a huge. So if somebody is doing screen sharing, or was.
Or just went blank.
Somebody tried to share a screen.
Okay. But right now it's 12,916 or something like that. But it's below 13,000. It was at one time above 17,000. That's a huge simplification. And what's a lot of that? Judy Plato. My reaction has been, oh no, not another. And
So what happens on December 21st, though, that's going to change? So I understand that all the information is on many of one, but what actually will we do? Like, okay, on December 22nd, is there going to be some noticeable difference, or does it just begin the work then?
what are you going to be doing?
Or what do we do to help that process?
Do what your magnificence tells you to do.
So we're not doing this as a collective group.
No.
We're doing it as an individual.
Yes. That's what all this is about. You are equal. You are equal and unique. I have no idea what any of you are going to choose to do on December 22nd. If you do, I would submit you're wrong. Because it isn't the now. The now is then. And I don't know what each one of us is going to choose to do. It's that simple. In the life of quantum, it will be another day.
So then we would just envision what we would like to bring into the consciousness. Is that so? Each person.
No, don't bring it to consciousness.
Or not consciousness, bring into focus.
See what you said. We're a few weeks away, and you're not even using the right words.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're looking at a lot of this, Erica, using your conscious mind, thought. You can't do that. Because what you'll find out is nothing works.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I'll realize that.
Can I just say something? Go on.
If you can do things fast, you're wrong. because you're not used to it. So how can you be fast with things you're not used to? Well, by being wrong. Simple. And the way that things work in quantum is if you try to do something wrong, your main distance doesn't allow. I mean, it is really amazing stuff, quantum.
Can I just share something?
Please.
Regarding governments, politics, Biden or Trump or whatever we are talking about, I feel that we are not stuck with them. I feel that they are stuck with us.
Yeah, that's more
That's-
like it.
Yes, that's simplifying everything. There's no lies. So if they're lying, they will have a very hard time every time. So
You won't be successful. You're
ever,
going
yeah.
against the flow. Erica, you wanted a one word, flow. Anything you try to do that is not with the flow is not with quantum, and you will not succeed.
Right. Agreed.
Peter, I feel it's really hilarious that a evil person scheduled to go to Earth 2 is gonna unite the United States. I think that's too funny.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And as we go forward, there are going to be a lot of funny things. But look at this screen. Who's that coming from? You guys. And me
Well, what makes
in quantum singularity.
And one thing I wanted to say, Peter, is what makes, what I can understand, well, I don't even use those words. What I can.
You're coming very soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm unmuted. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That we have an opportunity to focus on whatever it is that we would like to share and know that we are one in oneness and through quantum entanglement altogether. So it's not like we're going to have a group of everyone has, an assignment of what they're supposed to do to get ready for this. We continue to do our work. We continue to stay focused on, practicing, balancing, love, positivity, quantum truths, all of it. And in the now, we will know,
Perfectly.
we will
said,
things will flow. And that's really exciting because we've all had that experience many times. So thank you for sharing all that. That feels really happy.
Good.
Good,
Thank you,
Diana.
Peter. Yeah. Today's call was like going to a gym. This is my experience. I had to balance myself many times during the call, and I reached to the quantum strength many times during this call. So it was like going to a gym. It was a tough one, but I got it. Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you, all of you, Diana, Catherine, Nuno, who shared. This was very valuable. So thank you.
For those
Thank you.
you that don't know it, Yuri showed up at every single meet and greet, everyone. Not one miss. 0 errors.
Yuri, I can feel what you say. And what I wanted to say is when we are stronger than our preferences, we have no bias.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We need to be stronger than our preferences.
Yes, absolutely. So it was like a gym. It was a tough one, actually.
Yeah.
And just
To be honest.
look at every scenario with no bias. That's a challenge, but it's really what it's all about. No
Yeah.
bias ever.
Yes, yes, yes.
No matter who wins, no matter who loses, no matter what they did, what they didn't do,
Yeah.
just no bias.
Yes, that's
Right.
pre-quantum stuff, and we are beyond that. So
Yeah.
we don't want to get into the dryer and or even blender. We
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, everything in divine is designed to show us the dryer, to get us in the dryer or to show us the dryer. So it's a choice.
Correct.
And we have that choice, and we are stronger.
To be happy.
We are stronger than the dryer.
We are stronger. We can be happy,
Go with the flow.
fun, every day, every moment, happy, fun, happy day.
Fun,
Yeah.
happy times.
And on 14th of December, Trump and Biden and others will be gone. So, we'll have a solution.
On the 14th of December?
Why, what's the 14th?
Why'd you pick that day?
Because that's the electoral college vote for president. And so it's party time.
So we could have a different president on that day?
We
That's
won't
interesting.
have a president. They'll all be gone unless you want Pelosi to be there.
Well, do we put Peter in for president then? Peter's the right age. He should be in there. He's the master. Quantum master.
Yeah, it's too late to write him in now. Plus, most of those.
We can make a sting, a quantum sting.
Is there anything bothering anybody that they would like to share?
Out with it, folks. It's your chance.
I would
Well,
like to
I have
share
a
that I am
question.
happy that Peter explained what was going on with Trump and Biden, because it was very disturbing that you kept saying that Trump was a liar and not acknowledging that Biden was a liar and evil. So it was very confusing for me. So I'm very thankful that Diana had you explain it more and everyone on the call so that you could actually tell us that it's not a choice between Trump or Biden. It's really going to change. Things are going to change on the 21st, because the thought of someone being that evil as our president and going to be better than Trump was very disturbing to me. So I am very thankful that Diana spoke up and worded it and communicated the question as she did, so that you could, Peter, tell us that things are not what they seem to be right now. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
Diana, yay.
Alfred wants to say, how pleased I was. My heart is just so full. And I want to thank you all. I love you very much.
We love you, Alfred. Thank you.
We love
You too, Alfred. Thank you.
Thank you. We love you all.
Love you too.
Jan,
Love
did you
you
have
all.
something you wanted to say? Well, I guess I'm wondering if everybody's gonna know how to operate with the real Biden, because his clone has been used so much of the time.
I was thinking that too.
And
Jan, his
22 signs, you will be able to, you can actually do it now, recognize clones.
Yeah, but the people who are going to be interacting with him won't recognize that.
Too bad. On the 21st of December, we're going to start using New Grange. New range. Pull out the G. The G stands for farmer. We're farming new cues one at a time.
Yes.
And what's the attractor for cues? Us. When did we start? 5 years ago. At Dynas.
Yeah. And Jan, the real Biden probably is on Earth 2 already, so you won't be able to find him. Period.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. Thank you.
Yeah, he was very weak in her health terms, so I don't even think he's out anymore.
Yes. So
This one is full of energy, and you know, his mind is straight. The real Biden, Joe Biden, was very weak already. So I have my doubts that he's out there.
maybe
I think that what Wendy Delgado said was very important. What she was talking about her father, and the stress really literally drove him to an early grave. And we shouldn't, that's an error.
Right.
Yeah.
That was important. Thank you, Wendy.
And Peter, we are at 1 hour and 11 minutes into the call. So 111, it's a good time.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel so happy that we have the Mayan 10 here.
Yes.
I feel so happy that we're going to be with them and the quantum strength. I don't know. I've been so joyful all week because of that. I think it's a
Yeah, it's kind of very, very neat that the Q7 are here, the Q10 are here, and seven or 8 out of the 10 that were at Diana's are here also. So
amazing.
yes.
It's just a big miracle because it's never happened before that we've been aware of it.
Well, and we're all one, so it doesn't matter Q7, Q10, Mayan 10, whatever. My point is we're all one. We were all part of everything. So it's like splitting hairs. We just really need to know and connect with the fact that we are all one in oneness, and through quantum entanglement, we are together, and we are so powerful, so loving, so positive, and we have quantum strength to balance. It's amazing. So thank you all for all your contributions.
Equal, unique, happy.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you, Peter.
Love you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Peter.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming,
Thank you,
Scott.
everyone.
Good to see you, Scott.
Right.
Love you.
Beth.
Thank
you, Peter.
Thank you.
Everyone. Quantum
Thank
love.
you.
Bye, Scott.
Hi,
Hey,
Scott.
Scott.
Hello,
Hey, Sunny.
Hello,
Hey,
Scotty.
Scott.
Hi, Scotty.
Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Have a good week, everybody.
Yeah,
Have a great
good
week.
Bye, everybody.
You too.
Bye, Paula.